You know, so many people make so many mistakes when it comes to songwriting, and they don't necessarily realize that you're doing it. Like, why do you want to be listening to a boring song with boring lyrics, and then you scroll over to the artist catalog and all the songs are the same? In today's video, we're going to be talking about mistakes to avoid as a songwriter, improve your songwriting, and then the way you view it. The first mistake to avoid as a songwriter is using cliches and overused lyrics. Like, no one wants to be listening to the same songs all the time, just with a different instrumental, let's say, or a different melody or a different tune. Nobody wants to be listening to like the same songs all the time. So don't try and make all of your songs about the same topics. It's okay to have some change every now and then. Like, don't just keep on repeating those general same topics in your music, because for the listener it can become really repetitive and boring, and no one wants to be dealing with that. The second tip that I have for you to improve your songwriting is not to use forced rhythms. No one wants to be listening to forced rhythms. Forced rhythms is basically when you're just rhyming for the sake of it. Like, you're just rhyming for the sake of it. It doesn't match a cohesive sound with your song. If people tell you that you should always rhyme in your songs, don't listen to them, because that isn't true. Rhyming, of course, does enhance your songs, and you definitely should use it sometimes, but you shouldn't just use rhyming. You can't use like rhyming if it isn't gonna like match the song, if it isn't gonna match the cohesive sound of the song. So you should use rhyming in some cases. Lyrics don't always have to rhyme. Sometimes you can put a little different word in, because as a listener it's also sometimes nice to get surprises in songs. When there's a little bit of a change, when something sounds different, it also makes them much more catchy. Next tip that I have for you to improve your songwriting is not to use overly complicated lyrics. Like, you don't have to show off in your songs, because number one, many people when they sing along to music, they're not looking out for an English class, okay? They just want to listen to a good song. So you don't need to always use overly complicated lyrics. It doesn't mean that you have to use lyrics for like 5-year-olds, but it just means that you shouldn't always use overly complicated lyrics, like lyrics that like some people don't even understand. Just make things simple, nice, fresh. Everyone will want to listen, and it makes the songs more catchy. Another huge mistake when it comes to songwriting is failing to edit your work. You have to edit your work. If you think that your lyrics are a little bit sloppy, or they're not really what you envisioned when you were planning the song, scrap them and move on to something else. Start fresh, come up with a better idea, or not even a better idea for the full song. Just change those lyrics where your song is lacking in quality compared to some other sections, or when you're just not really so taken in by the lyrics. Don't just do songs as you had them. You should refine and edit. If you want other people to enjoy them, you have to enjoy them first. Don't just push out songs for the sake of it. My next tip may come across as a bit harsh, but another huge mistake that specifically early songwriters make is lying or pretending that there's someone else in their songs. Authenticity is key to relatable songs that people enjoy, that people can relate to in their lives. Even if you're making bop hits, even if you're making catchy dance songs, do something that's you, that's relatable, that's authentic. Don't try and lie and act like you're someone else in your music, because people can tell when other people are not being authentic, and it comes across as a bit fake. Another mistake that people make when it comes to songwriting is not considering the melody. Just writing lyrics, playing with a melody, even if the melody is really bad and it's not what you envision when you plan the song. Just adding it with it and winging it and being like, oh, okay, this is just my song. Don't do that. Another mistake when it comes to songwriting is not experimenting. It's not good to get stuck in a rut and just keep on making the same old music. Sometimes people get bored. Think about some popular artists that suddenly have these huge big rebrands. Their music changes, their vision changes, they change their look a little bit. It's good to do that once in a while, to not get stuck in a rut, to not get writer's block for yourself, and to keep your music and your artistic vision and the way you come across to other people not boring. Which leads me to my next tip, which is staying persistent and not giving up too easily. If you don't like a song, don't continue that song. Like, if you are not in love with the song as you're writing it, then step away for a bit, do another song, or do something that's completely different to anything to do with music. This can help you regenerate, refresh, and gain new ideas and inspiration for your music. When you're feeling refreshed, inspired, and ready to write, then come back and take a look at it. And if it's still not good, then just scrap the whole thing. Another huge mistake that many songwriters tend to make is not protecting their ideas. Guys, your ideas are sacred, even if you think that they are really, really not good. Your ideas are so sacred when it comes to writing music. Your ideas is what makes a good song a good song. So protect your work, copyright your work, and preserve your ideas. Don't go out and tell people, because then people can act like it was theirs. So be careful when it comes to copywriting and being original with your music. Thanks for watching today's video. I hope these tips help with you and your songwriting.